Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now we're taking a look at Double Dragon for the Commodore 64. Now, anyone who's been following my channel for a while will think, but Texie, haven't you already done the Commodore 64 version of Double Dragon? Well, yes and no. You see, I've done a version of Double Dragon, but this is a different version. That earlier version was a version by Mastertronic and Binary Design. If you want to see my thoughts on that, take a look on my channel to see my verdict on that one. This one, however, is a version published by Ocean and released a few years later on cartridge. But like the earlier version, it has some cool music on the title section. Different music to that which played on the earlier version, but still cool music nonetheless. Okay, let's get this going. Please choose music or sound effects. Now that's interesting because in the other version there was no in-game music whatsoever. In fact, the only music you got was on the title screen. So let's see what it's like with the music. That alone is something to be pleased about. Marion has been kidnapped by the Black Warriors. Sorry, wrong teeth. Rescue her. Now, that's another thing you didn't get in the other version, an intro. Mind you, didn't really get an intro in other 8-bit version, computer versions either, from what I've seen. So here we go. Oh, nice. Music, and I recognise this tune from the first level of the original arcade version. Excellent. Controls are really responsive. One thing is a pain in the arse is that you have to press space to jump. It's having to load in the next bit. Obviously, as I said, this was on cartridge originally. And obviously there's no sound effects in this, because as you saw from the menu options, you have to pick either music or sound effects. But this is definitely noticeably more playable than the other version I reviewed. And unlike that Mastertronic and Binary Design version, at least the characters are complete. They don't look like they've been sliced in two. Because if you remember, one very prominent aspect of that version is the fact that almost every single character in that game has a noticeable gap in their waists. There was actually an apology in the original instruction manual which claimed that this was due to a sprite stacking technique that they were using in order to conserve memory. On we go. Shame they don't flash when they die, though. Mind you, they didn't in the other Commodore version. I mean, the hit detection's pretty bad, though. The number of times I've clearly hit and they don't even so much as fall over. But this is definitely a lot more playable. Oh, you got the elbow in this version as well. I mean, some people thought that the other version didn't have the elbow in. It does, actually, as you saw in my review of it. spam the elbow just like you might want to do in the arcade. Oh, that guy's got a bat. Hey, where'd that bat go? Can I not? God, the hit detection in this is really quite off at times. That really doesn't look like a bat. It looks like you're picking up a puddle of. It looks more like you're picking up a puddle of. Oh, you can just walk over the bats to pick it up, and it doesn't actually look like. Oh, you got the animation of them. That's nice. That you actually get the animation of Billy Lee sort of collapsing gradually onto the floor, just like in the original arcade. I don't think any other 8-bit computer version I've reviewed did that. It just disappeared and all flashed like like the other enemies usually do. Yeah, I'm not keen on the hit detection in this. It's a bit off. See, look, I've clearly hit that guy. I'm running out of lives again. Come on, I want to get a bit further. I want to see if you can actually go up and down ladders in this version. I mean, even though this is better than the other version, it's still not great. As I said, the hit detection is pretty bad at times. Oh, come on, I must be getting close to that ladder now. Here we go. Can I walk up it? You're joking. I still can't go up ladders. It's got to load the next bit. Oh, it's a Bobo. Where's Linda? Linda's supposed to come out of those doors. Well, at least this actually has a Bobo in it. Oh dear. Yeah, I clearly elbowed that guy. Having to press space to jump is a real pain in the bum. See, look, it's really hard to hit. See, look, I clearly hit him. The collision detection in this is pretty awful. It's definitely got worse hit detection than the Mastertronic and binary design version. That's definite. See, no, this version still isn't very good. The animation's a bit smoother though. That is definite. No, you still can't walk up ladders. It's a shame that you don't see a Bobo bursting through the wall like he normally does. Even in the Spectrum version that was present, and that only had a 48 kilobytes of RAM. Oh, for God's sake, I clearly hit him. Yeah, I'm not really enjoying this either. It's better than the Mastertronic and binary design version, but that's really not saying much. I mean, it's also nice that you can actually have in-game music in this version. You can't in the Mastertronic and binary design version. You just have those awful sound effects. Oh, dear me. I'm struggling to actually get anywhere. My timer's about to run out in the bottom right corner. Oh, dearie me. Why can't I just have decent hit detection? That's because my time ran out. The shadow boss has defeated you. Game over. Okay. I don't remember any ninjas in Double Dragon, but there you go. I'm hoping that this is going to take me back to the main menu so I can have a try with the sound effects. Yeah, let's see what the sound effects are like before I wind up the review. So we've got no... I'm still undecided about the graphics. I mean, they're better animated than the ones in the Mastertronic and binary design version, and of course there's not that silly gap in the wastes that there was in that version. but the way they're drawn does look a bit amateurish, and the animation's not much better either. Right, let's see what these sound effects are like. So there's no in-game music, so I selected sound effects this time. Of course, it's got to load the next bit. Well, oh dearie me, the hit detection in this. Well, there is sound, but it's still pretty disappointing. I mean, oh dear, they don't even make a sound when they die. I mean, even in the Mastertronic and Binary Design version, they did. I mean, admittedly, the one for killing the female villain Linda was somewhat laughable. At least it was there. Yeah. It's still a bit unplayable, this version. And sprites are really quite blocky in this at times. I mean, Billy's not too bad, but the other guy, God, look how chunky his sprite is. Oh, dear me. Come on. Oh, dear. Yeah, this is only slightly better than the other version. It's still pretty crap. Where's that bat gone? Oh, there it is. What? I clearly walked over it before you even got to it. Oh, God. I don't think I want to continue that. You've pretty much seen them enough of it. So that's Double Dragon for the Commodore 64, as in the 1991 Ocean version. It's better than the Mastertronic and Binary Design version, but that's not really saying much. This is still pretty crap. Graphics, backgrounds are okay, and it scrolls nicely, but the way they're drawn is quite crude by comparison, and while there is some animation, it is the way it all moves is a bit. It's not great. And I'm still surprised that Linda wasn't anywhere in that footage. Was she removed? I don't know. She was supposed to appear before I first saw a Bobo. Well, at least a Bobo's in this version, but Linda I didn't see anywhere, and I would have done in the other versions I've played. Sound. Well, you've got some nice music, and it's good that you can have in-game music in this version. The sound effects are really very disappointing, though. Although it's not much in it, I think I prefer the sound in the Mastertronic and Binary Design version, even though that wasn't that great either. It just seems like you've got thuds, just sporadic thuds when you're doing fighting. So yeah, not very impressive in the audio department. Gameplay. Well, it's a pain that you have to press space in order to jump. It means it means that you can't do everything via the joystick the way you might have been able to if they've been using a control method similar to the other versions I've played. And it's still a shame that you can't walk up and down ladders. I mean, so yeah, I'm not really that impressed with this version. I think I'm going to give the Ocean version of Double Dragon for the Commodore 64 3 out of 10. It may be superior to the other version, but only just. In all fairness, neither version is particularly great, unfortunately, and the Commodore 64 deserved so much better. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. Catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.